Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to today's video. And in today's, we are talking about abs. More importantly, how to get them. Now, abs are probably the most desired and most sought out muscle of them all. I mean, anyone who wants to lose weight or gain muscle really wants abs. And you know, especially, it's not just guys, it's the girls as well alongside chest, biceps, and for the women. But anyway, abs, you know, they're great. So diving into it, I'm going to be breaking this video down into 4 parts. Part number 1 is going to be breaking down the abs, you know, seeing the autonomy of them all. Okay, guys, so for some reason I had autonomy stuck in my head rather than anatomy. Please forgive me, I'm very, very tired. And basically just describing what the muscles are. Also debunking some myths surrounding them, because there are a lot of misconceptions surrounding them. So part number 2 is telling you how I developed mine and my current approach to training them. Now point number 3 is the workouts, showing you a gym workout and a workout that you can do anywhere. And I'm gonna do it right here on my carpet, because abs, just like any other muscle group, but I'll get to this on my opinion, abs can be trained almost anywhere. And now part number 4 is how to get them. It's probably going to be the most brief part, but anyway, let's just dive in. Oh, and if you don't want to scrub or wait until I get to the point, it's going to leave timestamps in the description box for each part, so check that out. Now, let's dive in. All right, guys, so breaking down the abs, you know, the autonomy of the abdominals themselves, they're actually broken down into 4 muscle groups. So that is the transverse abdominis, the internal and external obliques, and the rectus abdominis. Each of these 4 muscle groups actually play a vital role in the core stability of your muscles. We're going to dive into quickly what each one does. So the rectus abdominis is actually what you see the most. It's the 6-pack, it's the bumps here. And what that does, it plays a vital role in your posture, keeping your core strong, and overall giving you the aesthetic of the core itself. Also, the rectus abdominis actually helps regulate your breathing and protects your organ by creating like an abdominis pressure around your organs, so just keeping everything like nice and tight. So number 2, you actually have your external obliques. So these are actually these ones here, and they're the biggest muscle group of the abs within your body. What they actually do, they actually help your body with all the twisting motions and keeping your core, you know, safe when you're turning around. So indirect to the actual abdominals, which keep your body stable when you're moving forward or backwards, these are the ones that protect you while you're going side to side, or like a twisting motion. On top of that, they're actually very good for improving your overall posture and pulling your chest down, keeping your whole core correct and stable. So again, abs are very vital. So then it brings me to the internal obliques. So these are actually situated here. You can't actually see them. So they do all the same functions of the external obliques, although it works in reverse. So when you are twisting right and contracting the right external oblique, you're actually using your left internal obliques. It's like a vice versa, antagonistic and agonistic muscle groups. And yeah, they're vital. Like, you can train them, but we'll get to that part afterwards. So last but not least, we have your transverse abdominis. This is actually, you probably never heard of the transverse abdominis, and you probably never seen it either, because it's actually the layer underneath all of the other muscles. This is what actually keeps your core tight, and it keeps all the core pressure and your posture stable, especially when you're doing big lifts like squat, deadlift. So you can't actually train it directly, but when you're doing things like plank, you're doing things like big compounds, this is the main stabilizing function of your core. And all these 4 muscle groups play a vital role in keeping your core stable, your posture correct, and overall giving you a stable foundation in order to move, live, and lift. So now with that out of the way, let's dive into a few things which people get wrong about the abs. All right, so myth number one, that your abs are different to your other muscles in your body. And just to break it down, no, they are not. They're the same as every other muscle. They just look different, just like other muscles look different. So it's just the same as your chest or your biceps or anything like that. And although you can train them every day, it's not advised, just due to the fact that every muscle needs optimal recovery time in order to, get stronger, repair, and grow. Myth number two is that you can crunch or train your way to a six-pack, and no, you cannot. No matter how many crunches you do, you cannot create a six-pack unless you have a low enough body fat to do so. But we'll get into that when I'm telling you how to get abs at the last part of this video. Myth number three, spot fat reduction. So I just want to lose fat on my stomach. Now this is a topic for a whole another video which I can't wait to cover, but you can't target fat loss. So you can't go into the gym and say, oh, I'm just training abs today because I want to lose fat there. No, your body genetically, depending on how you lose body fat, will lose body fat wherever. Okay, so once you put yourself in a deficit and you're burning calories, you're losing fat, your body will lose it genetically how it's supposed to. So some people may lose it on their abs first, where others may lose it on their back first, and the stomach might be the last thing to go. I think this is a whole nother video, but just a quick one. You can't target where your fat loss is going to be. So you can't train an area and expect it to lose fat just because you're training it. And so myth number four, you need lots of reps, lots of sets, and loads of crazy, slow, high, fast reps to create abs. No, you don't. Again, like myth number one, abs are just the same as every other muscle group. You can train them in any sort of fashion that you like. You can train 3 sets of 10 with a heavyweight, or you can do lightweight for tension, which we're going to show you on the mat down in a second. Well, mat carpet in a second. And I'll give you 2 variations. You can train heavy or you can train light. So another thing going into this myth is that training abs with weights will create a thick waist, and no, that's also a myth. Again, you can't change the shape of your waist. And this brings me on to another myth which literally just popped into my head, and I can't believe I nearly missed it out, and that is, can you change the shape of your abs? No, you cannot. Unfortunately, however they look is how they are. All you can do is reduce the fat around them to make them come out a little bit more, or you can build them to make them pop out a little bit more. You can't actually change the location in which they are. So if you have wonky abs, you're stuck with them, so just rock them. It doesn't matter. They look sick no matter what. But if you have perfectly aligned abs, great, that's amazing for you. I mean, mine are a bit wonky. I've got like one extra one up here, I think I've got, it's like, these are lower than that, but we rock it, we don't care. But anyway, that pretty much sums up the myths, so don't get those wrong. So I'm gonna tell you how I built mine. So if you watched my transformation video yesterday, you'll realize that, or you'll know that I was fascinated by getting abs. So what I used to do, every night, before bed, or like when I had some spare time, I'd go into my room and start doing crunches. Crunches, and leg raises. I think I'd probably do about 500 reps a night of just trying to get abs, trying so hard. And obviously I didn't get there. I did get, genetically, as I got, bigger and stronger, I obviously formed abs, and as I hit puberty and as your body comes together. But what I did is I actually built a very good foundation from that. I got very strong. I was doing planks galore. Although it wasn't that beneficial, that's the only training I was doing, so my body could handle it. But I did bring up my core quite well, and I actually continued that even when I was weight training, you know, and I think I overdeveloped my abs to a point where I have quite strong, because I did a lot of crunches, I have quite a strong upper ab region, so it sticks out quite a lot, whereas my lower portion needs a little bit more attention, because I don't do any upper ab work anymore, and I only train my abs a maximum now of twice a week. You know, most of the times I'd say it's once, and you know, some weeks I don't even train them. I actually haven't trained my abs in 2 weeks, but I've done them for videos, so that counts. I'm about to show you after this. But again, because I built a very good foundation when I was younger, I now am able to just get a lot of afterburn. I like to call it like an afterburn effect. So when I'm doing big compound lifts like squat, you're engaging that core. You're engaging especially the transverse abdominis, which is the main function of your core. When you're doing deadlifts, you're doing one arm rows, you're using every part of your abs, even the rectus abdominis, so the aesthetic part, your external and internal obliques, everything's being worked when you're doing heavy compound lifts and even isolations. So me building that foundation when I was younger and going forward now into creating my abs, I just use the other lifts in order to, you know, maintain it as I do now. So again, you don't have to solely focus on abs. You don't have to make it the most important thing, because you're always training them, and as long as you train right, you eat right, you're gonna get them. But we'll get onto that in the last bit of this video. But now I'm gonna show you a few workouts. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you can see I post a lot of ab workouts, and I post a lot of workouts in general, so you can view them. But a typical gym workout for me would focus on a lot of hanging movements, as I love to train my lower abs most. I don't tend to work the upper any. I don't really tend to do any crunches, so a lot of my workouts would be just hanging. So an example workout would be like for me doing 4 sets of 10 or 15 or 20, however I'm feeling, of hanging leg raises into hanging crunches, and then I do like some weighted hanging crunches, and if I was to do any other crunching movement, I do like some cable curls or reverse TRX crunches or reverse rowing crunches. So it's all a lot of reverse or hanging movements in order to target the lower abs. But please check out my Instagram for more workouts on your abs. But now I'm going to show you how to get an amazing workout just in your living room. So starting with exercise 1.
Breathe out, come on. We're getting ready for the team workout.
We are going for the crunch, so we're going to have our hands in front of us, and we're going to be coming up and crunching. We're going to be going for 30 seconds on each exercise. We're going to be getting a nice controlled tension, squeezing at the top, coming down, up, down, just like lifting any other muscle group. You do this for 30 seconds, and then you move on to the next one. So the next exercise is the leg raise. So we're going to have our hands out beside us, and if you have lower back pain or you need some support on your lower back, you can place it in the ball of your back while you're doing so. But if you can, I'd always prefer to have your arms out to the side, and then we lift up just like so, not letting your feet touch the floor. You come back up again. We're going for 30 seconds here on each one, really controlling the movement. So on to the next one. We're going reverse crunches. So if you have any support behind you here, I would advise that. Again, if you have lower back problems here, but to make it extra hard, hands out beside you. So what you want to do, you're kicking outwards, and then you're reversing back. 1, 2. You want to kind of lift your butt up, bring these as high as you can. These ones are probably the most underrated exercise you can do, and definitely one of the best. I'd say if you had to do one more exercise for your abs for the rest of your life, this is it. So again, 30 seconds. So going into the fourth exercise, we're in the press position. We're doing mountain climbers. So what you want to do with mountain climbers, when you're here, You're twisting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Again, we're going for 15 seconds. Getting a nice twist. Knee to opposite elbow. Just like so. Good. So once that is done, we're in the plank position. And you're holding for 30 seconds. Just nice and easy. You want to keep your core tight, breathing out. Head up, or however you like it, keeping that back straight. And there you have it. Alright guys, so that is the workout. It's amazing what you can do with your own body weight, but that hits every part of the ab muscles which we spoke about earlier. You can do it wherever you like. You want to complete it for 4 to 5 rounds. Hell, you can even do 6 to 7 depending on how much time you have and how much you want your core to burn. Now, this is great for building strength within the core, but this alone is not going to get you abs. Like I said before, you can't train your way to abs. And now I'm going to tell you how to get them. Alright guys, so I thought this would be the perfect time. While I'm making some lunch, got myself some chicken and I'm making myself some red rice. That's my new favorite thing. But the big question, how to get abs? I mean, it's simple really. What you need to do is create a deficit in order for you to lose enough body fat in order to reveal your abs. Now a lot of people say that abs are built in the kitchen. But I don't see it like that. They're not built in the kitchen, they're revealed in the kitchen, because what you need to do is create a lower enough body fat in order to reveal them. And how to do that? Putting yourself in a calorie deficit. And how to do that is by eating less food. And that pretty much sums up how to get abs. Now, going back to training them, yes, they are built in the gym. They are strengthened in the gym. I mean, you're not gonna create a deficit having never trained abs in your life and then have an amazing six-pack. No, it's not gonna be strong. It's not gonna look that great. Training abs will help bring them out, help them pop a little bit. Now, this is me off, like, I have not tracked a macro for quite a while now. I know I said I was doing a mini cut, I only did that for a week. I've just been giving my body a rest because I've been tracking macros for God knows how many years. And my calories are pretty high right now. You know, I'm just enjoying training. Lots of things going on in my life, so I'm just trying to make food not the stress. But when you train the abs, you will develop them, they will pop out. So I always say one can't work without the other. So it's just like with everything. You can't out-train a bad diet. You can't eat well to create a good body. Gym has to work, training has to work with your diet. And that is pretty much how you get your abs. Create yourself a deficit, lose enough fat in order to reveal them. No crunches, no amount of crunches, no amount of training is gonna help you get there. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video or telling you how to get abs. If you do like me debunking like these things or telling you how to do it, please let me know and I'll be sure to do more. But I'm hungry now. I'm about to eat some lunch and go train some legs. And if anything, I will see you in the next one. Take care.